Asking AI to solve our housing crisis. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here. Welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Now, I saw an article in the Australian Financial Review and I thought, oh, that's an interesting one, and we'll probably look at it another day. But I thought, you know what? I'll take that title and throw it into Chat GPT and see what it can produce for me. Essentially asking the AI to solve Australia's housing crisis. Now, what I came up with was, well, concerning. It's useless. So, here we go. Write a 500-word article about 2 radical ways to fix Australia's housing mess. Now, that's the title of the Australian Financial Review article that I haven't even looked at yet, but I thought it would be interesting to compare and contrast what Chat GPT said. So, here's the article. 2 radical ways. Australia's housing market has been grappling with significant changes. I mean, this is all waffly bullshit, okay? It's all fluffy stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, Chat GPT is fantastic. I use it probably on a daily basis. I'll get a whole series of dot points and go, compose this as an email, write this as a letter, rewrite this into a short email. Fantastic, really good. Look at it, check it, boom, send it out. For the business type of waffle stuff you need to do, it can save a lot of time. So let's keep going. Shortage of affordable homes, widening gap between housing demand and supply. These issues have left many Australians struggling to enter the property market and secure adequate housing. In this article, we explore 2 radical, yet innovative approaches. So the first one was modular housing, also known as prefabricated or prefabbed houses. Now, we've worked a lot in the modular sector. We've done a whole lot of volumetric modular designs for mining projects, a lot of remote construction, now for schools. Right now, we're rendering some for a tender submission for a client. They've got some designs they've done, so we're rendering them up for them to show these concepts for the government. And I'm learning Unreal Engine 5 to do it. It's so much fun. But the point is, I thought, okay, this is interesting. Yeah, well, okay, modular housing, speedy construction, affordability. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of steel you need in modular that you don't need otherwise. Depends on how you build it, Sustainability, okay, yeah, that's what they say. It's not really that different to normal construction, except you've got more steel and more craneage. But anyway, and then here, community land trusts provide a radical solution to Australia's housing crisis. A CLT is a non-profit organisation that acquires and holds land for the benefit of the community. What, like what are those things they had in Israel? The communes where they all lived at that have all fallen apart, didn't happen, Permanent affordability. Yeah, okay. Affordability and perpetuity. So you don't own it. You don't own it yourself. Community empowerment, stable and security. Okay, so this is the article. And I asked them to provide references written terribly. So I apologize for the oversight. As an AI language model, I don't have direct access to external references. However, I can offer you some general reference-related topics. So what it did, it made this up. None of these references are real. Prefabricated and modular construction. Prefabricated housing, a sustainable alternative for affordable housing, by Trivius Moores et al. The pros and cons of prefabricated houses. Now, I went onto Twitter, and I asked this gentleman here, because I didn't know it was fake. Because I go here and go, links to the references, please, and I can't provide them. Where is this reference from? Don't have access to the internet. No, you cited it. Give me a bibliography. Please note that the references was cited as an example and does not correspond to an actual publication. It literally makes up these references. It knows what a reference is meant to look like. So it made it up. It made it up. And I'm going, isn't lying unethical? Yes. And I go, you're a language model, not an AI. And it says it's an AI. And I go, you're not self-aware. You're just using stochastic modeling and probability to generate responses based on a huge data set. You would have no capacity without that point of reference. And that's when, yes, that's it. It's just a data set, and it knows what examples, it knows what the text should look like for us to make sense. It's been given positive feedback. So I reached out to this gentleman me find him about it. Where is it? Where is it? Hang on. So here we go. So I asked him, morning, I was asking Chat GPT to write an article about fixing Australia's housing mess, and it generated the following reference. Is it real? And because I checked his publication list from RMIT, I found, this is a real person. This is a field that he is involved in. And, the reference would make sense. But it's complete bullshit. It is completely fake. Thanks for checking, but it's not a real reference. It has given me an idea for a future paper, though. And why am I getting offensive stuff there? Probably, bots, because I put ChatGPT. And he said, in a wider issue, my colleague was playing around with ChatGPT to do some writings and said many of the references seem to be made up. Probably not long until it's smart enough to use real references. I don't know if it will be. Because it's not. It knows how to cobble something together to look right. But it's not really creating something, is it? Going out there and finding sources. We'll have to see if that actually happens. But I was genuinely surprised that it would just make up garbage like this, literally rubbish examples. Honestly, I think ChatGPT is very useful. It's great for taking something and getting it to essentially finish it off, add the fluff to it. It would replace the job that a PA used to do for people. I remember when I was a student working, my first job, one of the architects would record on tape and she'd just write all the stuff out for him. That job's completely gone. It'll replace jobs like that. We'll have to see if it actually can do proper research. But anyway, guys, I thought I would share this one with you because there you go. ChatGPT cannot solve Australia's housing crisis. I don't know. I would argue modular housing is not the solution. There are certainly circumstances where there are advantages to using modular construction, but it's not a blanket solution. And community land trusts, let's just have a look at all of the Indigenous-run body corporates around the country that are just, corrupt. And I think we need, personally, I would argue, individuals need to own their own land. Individuals need to sink their roots into the ground. Individuals need to take pride and have control over their own destiny. This is not that. So, guys, ChatGPT has failed. I don't think it's going to solve our housing crisis. Thank you all for watching. Check out Heise BIM and Heise Does. And if you're a fan and enjoy the content I discuss here, you can support us on YouTube or Patreon, use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call me if you need an architect. Take care. Have a great day. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.